Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. So today I'm bringing you into the kitchen to make a really fun cornbread dish. This is a savory sausage cornbread cobbler. I'm starting off by browning 1.5 pounds of diced beef smoked sausage. And I've got a little bit of butter there just to get it a head start. And while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and cut up a red and green bell pepper. I'm going to dice up a medium-sized onion. And then once the sausage has been browned, I'm going to go ahead and scoop that out into a dish with a slotted spoon. Next, I'm going to begin cooking the peppers. Now, I'm going to cook the peppers and the onions, but I like the peppers to be tender, and they take a little bit longer than onions, so I always give them a minute or two head start before I add the onions in. Now we'll go ahead and we'll add in the onions, and we'll let these begin to cook and get tender. Once the peppers and onion are tender and getting a little bit golden, I'm going to add in a teaspoon of dry oregano, 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, about 4 cloves of minced garlic, a little bit of salt, and some black pepper. Next, I'm going to add in a can of diced tomatoes. Give that all a stir. And I'm going to add in a can of rinsed and drained kidney beans, 1/2 cup of water, and we're going to add the sausage back in. And I'm just going to stir this all together and let this kind of come to a simmer over a low heat. While that's simmering, I'm going to go ahead and mix up my cornbread batter that'll go on top. We need 1 cup of cornmeal, 1 2/3 cup all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a teaspoon of sea salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, Now this recipe calls for 1.5 cups of buttermilk, but I almost never have buttermilk in my house, and so I started keeping powdered buttermilk from Asia Standard. Now if you have regular buttermilk, you would need 1.5 cups, and you would add that later with the liquids, but I'm going to go ahead and add the powdered portion of the buttermilk to my dry ingredients here. I'm going to mix all those dry ingredients together. In another small bowl, I'm going to beat 1 egg, give that a nice whisking until it's all broken up. And if you have buttermilk, this is where you would add your 1.5 cups. But again, I used the powdered version, so I'm just adding the water here. I'm going to add all of the liquids to the dry mixture and whisk this all together. I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of melted butter. And then we're going to add in 1 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. We're going to stir this all together until it's well combined. Now I'm just going to take my spoon, I'm going to spread all of the sausage mixture, get it as even as you can. And then I'm just taking my muffin scoop here and I'm just scooping the cornbread batter all over the top of the mixture. Now, of course, you can just use a spoon to do this, but I think that the muffin scoop makes it really easy to get it evenly spread around. And we're just going to scoop this all over the top. There we go. This is going to go into the oven at 425 degrees for about 18 to 20 minutes or until it's golden around the edges and it tests done with a toothpick. And there you go. Delicious, savory sausage cornbread cobbler. You can get the entire recipe on my website, cosmopolitancornbread.com, and there you can find over 800 more recipes. Thanks for joining me here in the Homestead Kitchen. My name is Constance from Cosmopolitan Cornbread, and I'll talk to y'all next time.